Hello everybody, welcome to Andy's Beer Reviews. This is what we're looking at this time. This is the Anti-Establishment IPA from Aldi, £1.69 in Aldi. Comes in at 5.6% ABV. It is obviously a clone of Brewdog. They look very similar. That blue even on camera looks not too dissimilar. So they're both pretty similar. Brewdog, the Punk IPA, set itself up as an anti-establishment IPA, so something that's slightly different to the rest of the IPAs. The Aldi version is 5.6%. This is now 5. In fact, I think that's gone up. I think that's gone up to 6.5. I think you can pick this one up now for 6.5. But this was 5.6%, which is the same as what the Punk IPA was, but this came down to 5.4%. So these two should be fairly similar. It's a bit like, I've always got a Punk IPA in because I like drinking that. I think it's a really good Brewdog drink. Like, I think the Elvis juice is really cracking as well. But I tried the Aldi version of Elvis juice, which is their Memphis Boulevard. Same ABV, I think I'm right in saying, much cheaper. And for me, for grapefruit infused IPA, they taste exactly the same. In fact, for a long time, I thought they were from Brewdog. This is brewed in Scotland. Obviously, the Punk IPA is brewed in Scotland. It's just really been looking the same. Both brewed in Scotland, and at the time, the same ABV. I just made that mental leap that maybe because they've been a bit kind of between the two of them, between Aldi and Brewdog, maybe Brewdog was brewing it for them, but I've changed my mind since then. I now think, well, no, we'll get on with it. We'll get on with it, and then I'll tell you who I think brews it in a little bit later. But yeah, looking forward to try this one. Like I said, I'm a fan of the Punk IPA, so I'll be interested. I'm not going to do a proper side by side review, because I know what that one tastes like, so we can just talk about it as we go along. I'm not into drinking too many beers on camera as a reviewer. I'll leave that to other reviewers to drink too much on camera and get drunk and say stupid stuff. That's not the way I want to do it. So that has poured clear and golden. I would say that is a little bit lighter than what the Punk IPA is, but they're very, very similar. Very similar. I do wish I'd probably brought the same glass in and poured these two side by side now, but this is a little bit lighter than the Punk, but they look very similar indeed. Foamy white head, some slow moving carbonation. It looks lovely, to be honest with you. It looks really, really good. Let's get those Aroma, shall we? So like Punk, they're both fairly, they're both fruity. I'd say that this has probably got a little bit more aroma than the Brewdog Punk IPA has. But you got grapefruit, you got a bit of citrus, a bit of lemony coming through. It smells lovely and hoppy, and I think the fact that it smells, the hops have worked really well, for me it's a big hint that I think this one is actually brewed by William Brothers, Scottish brewer, who are a fantastic brewer, and I think they brew this for Aldi. Like I think they do the Memphis Boulevard for Aldi as well. There ain't many brewers out there that can do hops like they can do them. So yeah, I think this is a Williams Brothers one, and so Williams Brothers as well put a lot of beers through Aldi, Lidl. So they're used to putting stuff through that low cost supermarket route. So yeah, just sneaking suspicion. Right, let's taste it, shall we? Cheers, everybody. It's well balanced. I will say it's fairly tasty. It is quite a tasty IPA. Plenty of citrus in there. It is very, very similar to the Punk IPA. Very similar. Taste wise, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't think there's much to choose between the two of them. I think the two taste just like each other. And they've both got on the back end that nice bitter bite, and I do seem to the Punk IPA, I can feel that coating, feel a coating in my mouth of bitterness, and this is doing exactly the same thing. Now, what you can pick up the Punk IPA for what, 135, 140, 145, something like this, 169. So you're talking what, 60-70 pence difference. I would say if you're a fan of Punk IPA, you don't want to save a bit of cash, you're going to save 60-70 pence, find yourself an Aldi and get this. Very, very close to each other. What I will say is, if this is brewed by Williams Brothers, then you're getting a very good beer at a very good price. It's crisp and fresh. It's very tasty. It's very nice. This is one of those times where I kind of can't remember what I scored the Punk IPA. It was scored relatively highly. As a beer on its own, this is a very decent IPA that's brewed by a brewery that gets the hops right. For me, if it's brewed in Scotland, the one name that does shout out, like I said, is Williams Brothers, and that's, I think, brews this one. If I was to do a comparison between the two, you honestly would be struggling to tell them apart. They're very, very close. Very close. Like I say, I think the look of this is a little bit darker than the Aldi version. But I think the Aldi version has got a lot more aroma to it. Interesting, interesting. I am going to score this 8 out of 10. And I will say, if you like Punk IPA, buy this one instead. Try it. If you like Punk IPA, you get this and you try it, come back to the video and let me know what you thought about it in relation to Punk IPA. I'll be interested to know your thoughts, because I think they're in very, very close, subtle differences, but very, very close. Yeah, and I like it. 8 out of 10 from Andy's Beer Reviews. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing for more videos. Until the next review. Cheers, everybody.